you're drinking water right now, and at some point, you're going to go to the ladies' room. If you took that glass, would you get that much liquid out of your body? Would you get that back in that glass? You won't. And that's because moisture transfers from within your skin out into the atmosphere at the same rate it comes off your eyeballs. You just can't feel it because you don't have nerve endings on the surface of your skin like you do your eyeballs. Now, when you blink, you coat your eyes with tears and it stops that burning sensation, right? That goes away. So that's how important it is to keep enough moisture in your body, but that is the challenge of a good skincare product. So one of our challenges, of course, is to make a formulation that is effective, that helps keep moisture in your skin without clogging your pores. The products are all non-comedogenic, and they're made of much smaller molecules than the products you'll find. In fact, when I book you all for your skin clinic, I'll come over and strip your face, and I'll show you how to put your makeup on based on the features of your face, how to frame your face properly so you feel confident about going out every single day. Even if you're just taking the trash out, you'll have your basics on and you'll look great. And we'll do that at another time. What was the point of saying that? I was getting somewhere with that.
Are you talking about the moisture content? Were you leading into?
I don't know. Anyway. Whatever it was interesting. So, in fact, I know I said in fact, and then I went off in this other direction.
So we're talking about, they're keeping their skin hydrated and we're leading to climate control. Okay, but we're back to the daily regimen. So they're going to select the daily regimen based on their skin type. And then you would ask the guests, so thinking about your skin type and hearing about these, which do you think applies to you the most, Amanda? Do you think you're dry, normal to dry, or normal to oily?
I don't think so. Dry.
Okay, don't play. Sure.
Okay, so the normal to dry has two mechanisms, adds moisture to your skin and helps to seal that moisture in, as you now understand from the example I just gave you. Now the dry product line is amazing in that, of course, it has a huge amount of humectants that add moisture, but it also has another ingredient that I call glycogen because it's a very complicated name. And it hovers right above the skin surface, and it literally, throughout the day, grabs moisture from the atmosphere and traps it in between this hovering ingredient and your skin so that your skin has access to moisture all day. And it increases the climate of your skin's moisture by 74%. So you will never have extremely dry skin again. And that, again, is the greatest challenge towards aging, keeping your skin nice and moist and supple. Okay, so we'll talk about which skincare each of you need at the end of the demo. Now, we do have a couple of other ingredients, products that I recommend, but before we do that, oh, here it is. Why don't you go ahead and just put some of this daytime moisturizer on the back of this hand. Each one of you put it on the back of your left hand.
Might not be prime, Joni.
Oh, okay.
Sure. And just for purposes of a difference, what I would normally do at this point is I have an earmarked the wish list in the back. And as we go through the products or as we're going along, I have them put a star in the book, whatever they want to, as to the products that they would be interested in as we go along. So that way when it comes time at the end to create their shopping list or their actual order, and they're going to take this beauty book home with them. I have them write their name on the back of the beauty book, so it's right there, and I make sure it goes home with them. They get to keep this, and my information is on it, and they can contact me. But I have to let them write all over this beauty book, wherever they want to, making little notes. Because then, Amanda, you might say later, oh yeah, I was going to get that climate control. I didn't get it that day. I better make sure I put a star on it. So they put a star on everything that they would like, they would be interested in. When you prime your products, you know you just keep the cap on. I'm priming in a very strange way. And you tap it down. And then when you're done, you know that what you're doing is removing these air bubbles from the top, getting the product down into the cover.
Yeah,
he's kind of looking silly. Which is so unusual. Okay. So all you do, you might see there's an air bubble here in the moment. All you do is tap it down like this, and that gets the product down in the tube. And the dry is a thicker formulation. Okay. So once it's down there, you'll be able to prime it, and it will then come out of the spout when you start to squirt it. And I just talk until it does. Okay. And this is the dry formula that we're looking at right now. Okay. And what you can do, it depends, if you want them to try the cleanser, sometimes I'll have a glass of water on the table with tissue, a box of tissues, and I'll let them, on a cotton pad, put the cleanser on the one hand, and then use the water to wipe it off on a cotton pad. Then we go to either the daytime moisturizer, or if you jump in, and Joni, it's up to you how you choose to do it as well. When I show them what a daytime regimen, I get into selling a lot faster than she does. And that's because she is that wonderful D-mind of all this information. Me, I want to buy, so it's shop. But I take them to... That's all. I hope I have a job tomorrow. I don't know about you, and I know Joni and I are like-minded about this. To me, our daily regimen is nothing without climate control. There are products in our line that you cannot live without. Climate control and Serum C, I'm sorry, you cannot live without them. And I do interject them into, like if you said, Amanda, Leslie, I want it simple. I want to clean, I want to hydrate, I want to moisturize and protect, I'm done. I'd say, great, but here's what we're looking at right here. Let's talk about anti-aging.
I will do on the next page.
Okay. My point was, before I put the daytime moisturizer on their hand, we've already cleansed, and I would set it on the table, but I would want to climate control first. And I would want to, so I would get to some of the products she's talking about before I moisturize and protect after they've cleansed. So Joni, go ahead.
As we're talking about those individual items or afterwards immediately, I don't have them try the cleanser. I just go right into the moisturizer on the back of their left hand, and then I have them rub a little night cream in just to get their hands nice and moist. And they can feel how light and airy the product is. A little tiny bit goes a long way. You will literally only use a dollar in the product.
Yeah.
In fact, when you begin to use the skincare system, you probably will not buy these 3 items more than twice a year. That's how long they last for. They're very concentrated items.
Okay, and that's when you talk value, of course, right? I mean, think about that. The value, when people talk about the price of a product, you're always selling value, not the price of the product. Look at the value in investing this 2 times a year.
Now, there's a couple other items I'm going